I 22F took my ex's bills out of my name. My ex and I used to live together, the bills were in my name. He broke up with me officially 1 week ago. I sent him an email saying the bills would be out of my name within a week. Today, I called and shut off the power at the apartment. It would have taken him a quick, 10-minute phone call to reactivate the power in his name. He sent me a text message off of a text-free account and asked me if I switched the bills out of my name. I said yes, and then I blocked the number. He proceeded to call me off of multiple different numbers. I blocked them all. He sent me an email saying this is one of the slimiest things I've ever done to him. He said fuck the $500 plus he owes me, and he will never speak to me again. He also called me immature, emotionally abusive and manipulative. I don't understand what I did wrong. Am I really manipulative and emotionally abusive for taking the bills out of my name? The email he sent me was one of the most hurtful things he's ever said to me. He fell out of love with me. He had no desire to salvage our relationship. I was trying to protect myself by blocking him. Now, not only do I have to cope with the loss of our relationship, I have to cope with the fact that he absolutely hates me. I didn't mean to hurt him. Should I have gone about it a different way? My heart is literally shattered. If you're not living there anymore, you didn't do anything unreasonable. He chose to end things. Surely, he had to have accounted for the fact that you wouldn't make yourself responsible for the utilities any longer. Sounds like you dodged a bullet. I mean, you told him he had a week to get his shit in order, and he didn't do it. 100% his fault, 0% your fault. His feelings don't deserve your consideration. I know you're still dealing with the emotional fallout of being dumped like that, but I hope that, in time, you'll come to realize you're better off with this guy out of your life. Get your money back. If you gave him advanced warning, he should have paid attention and taken steps to move the bills. Instead, he used this opportunity to blow up on you and make you the bad guy. Now he gets to steal from you and be the victim. Nifty trick, ain't it? Take that text where he admits to the $500 he owes you and refuses to pay back to small claims court. Let him be a baby. You're better off keeping him blocked. Can I buy him some diapers and send them to him? I will even include a pacifier. I see nothing wrong with how you did it. You let him know you would be taking your name off the bills. He should have acted like a responsible adult and called the utility to reactivate. I would have reminded him in my response that I'd told him that was happening. Might consider blocking his email as well, unless you have other outstanding things that need settled. I'm sorry your heart is broken right now. Take care of you and don't worry about him. Honey, no, it's not you. He is having a tantrum like a 4-year-old. Next he is gonna start stomping his feet and saying he is gonna hold his breath till you pay for all his shit. All those things he called you are the things he is literally doing himself. It's called projection. Do not listen to his words, cause clearly he talks out of his ass. Take some time and think back over your relationship carefully. There must have been red flags before this. Just know that you did nothing wrong. Mark him as spam. Keep him blocked and go about your life. You did nothing wrong removing yourself from accounts that supporting his life. He did you a favor sending you the email about his debt. If you live in a locale with small claims court, that email and your testimony is all you need to get a judgment in your favor for any monies he owes you. Just bring bills, receipts, emails and other evidence of how the debt came to be. If there's no small claims, a lawyer will write a demand letter for $50. Then you can send your debt to collections and let them harass him if he won't work things out. Good luck. He's the immature, emotionally abusive and manipulative one. Talk about gaslighting. Darvo or deny attack reverse victim offender. Your ex is the bad guy. He's the one who's manipulative and emotionally abusive. He tried to deny that you had the right, and the responsibility to yourself, to close the utilities accounts. When you did, he attacked you, and called you the very things that he himself is. It's a classic tactic of manipulative and abusive people. I'm sorry you're out the money on the furniture and that you'll never see that $500 again, but consider it a lesson in how to escape an unhealthy relationship. As life lessons go, it's cheap at that price. You did the right thing. He is the one who is manipulative and emotionally abusive by sending you that hateful, evil email. He's trying to make you feel bad by removing your name off the utilities. You did the right thing. Keep him blocked and I hope you find someone who loves and treats you better. You did nothing wrong, he's just browbeating you because he didn't expect you to follow through on your plan to remove your name from the utilities. He had time to switch them and didn't and is blaming you for his failure. You did nothing wrong, you took the prudent action required to protect yourself. He is unreasonable and being immature. And now you see what kind of person he is, you dodged a bullet. You owe him nothing. He's the one that literally ended the relationship and you told him what you were going to do. There's no reason you should keep the bills in your name when you're not together anymore. And it's extremely easy for him to call and put it in his name himself. You deserve better. Block him and move on. Sounds like he is an entitled brat. He is just being in a hole knowing the fact that he now has to grow up and pay his own bills. You didn't do anything wrong and count this as a blessing you don't have to take care of an oversized baby anymore. You can move on and find someone better. Someone that will be like a partner to you. So did he expect you to pay the bills for him too? If so, that's ridiculous. And if not then it should make no difference to him whose name is on the bill, it's literally just who it's addressed to. He's just looking for reasons to act like a victim. Ignore the child. Unblock him though, he has provided you with written evidence of a debt. Let him bury himself some more. You gave him plenty of notice. Now he has shown you exactly who he is. You don't live there anymore. Obviously you're not going to keep the bills in your name. You told him ahead of time. It's not your fault that he didn't take you seriously. My sister lived with a guy at his house over 10 years ago. For whatever reason, the utility bills were in her name. 10 years on and he hasn't switched all of them over. She still gets calls for past due utility payments, which she then relays to him. She's nicer than me. I would have stopped that about 9 years and 11 months ago. My point being, it is unreasonable to expect you to be responsible for his payments. P.S. I definitely think you dodged a bullet with that one. Yes, you did the right thing. I had to do the same thing and I gave my ex full rights to the apartment because of that. He didn't pay rent so the apartment was taking us to court but I was dismissed from court because I was no longer on the lease. When I left the bills was caught up. No clue what he's on about. Clearly, his phone was working, if only he had put all that energy into putting the power bill into his own name. Besides, this is just the normal post-breakup admin you warned him you would be doing. Frankly, he sounds like a little bitch who is projecting his own miserable internal picture onto you. I'd save those messages as evidence and take him to small claims court for that $500. Take your power back from this dickwad. I know it's broken record advice, but I recommend a bit of therapy. Fully processing a hard breakup like this is a really great investment you can make in your future self. You're going to come away from this stronger and wiser in the end. Sounds like you dodged a bullet. There's too many people out there who believe being told to take responsibility is an attack on their character and lash out. Your boyfriend was one of these people. You did nothing wrong. I'm 22F and just went through something similar. I tried to keep things civil but honestly sometimes the other person will find any reason to make you the wrong, or bad, person because it makes them feel better. You're not wrong or a bad person. You did everything right. He's just in a shit mood and wants to make you the scapegoat. He's pathetic for that. You did everything right and he's being a loser about it, that is all. You did the right thing. He could have ran those bills up and not pay them and left you holding the bag. If you had done it without warning him I would say that would have been a shit thing to do. The onus was on him once he received your email to call the utilities and make arrangements. Instead he chose to do nothing. Don't care that he's hating on you, just keep him blocked on everything. What you did was not horrible but how he is treating you is. No, you aren't unreasonable. That's your money, and you have every right not to use it on them. He's bugging, you good. Stay healthy and happy. You did zero wrong, you gave him a warning, told him he had a week on him. His lazy ass was too lazy to do anything about it. And the nerves on him afterwards, playing some sort of victim. Shame on him, shame. Don't let him play you like that. You did the right thing. The fact that he's acting like a pissy child is proof you're better off without him. The only part that sucks is he'll never pay back the money he owes you. I say small price to pay to have him out of your life. This is gaslighting 101. You did nothing wrong, and you dodged a massive bullet. Congratulations, partying face. Now it's time to pour that love back into your self-sparkling heart. The only thing you have to do is let that shit go. You dodged a bullet. Run away and have a great life. You made the right choice, and it's great that you followed through. Also make sure that you've changed passwords for shared streaming, email and/or phone-related accounts too. You absolutely did the right thing. Immature, emotionally abusive and manipulative. Talk about projection. Sounds like you got rid of some dead weight. Fuck that guy. You did absolutely nothing wrong. This is the exact way anybody I've ever cut off financially has reacted. Calling me every name under the sun, cussing me out, making threats. Because that's totally going to make me start giving them money again and definitely going to make me feel oh so horrible for not wanting to their ATM anymore. He's your ex, you don't live there anymore, you gave him plenty of notice, and he's the one being immature and manipulative. He can pay his own bills or he can sit in a dark cold room every day until he gets evicted. Had the same thing happen with an ex, but I'm proud of you for doing it sooner than I did. He kept kissing payments and I kept warning him and finally I did it and somehow I'm the bad guy. Your ex is immature and wanted a free ride. Doesn't this make you so happy he's your ex? Ha ha. This guy is a big fucking loser and will live in shitholes for the rest of his life. Good for you, op. Amigad. You absolutely should have switched the utilities over. A few years back I found out my fiancé was cheating on me. I had my Netflix password changed same day. He actually texted to ask if I was that immature as to switch the password. I laughed and told him he was high if he thought that I would allow him to benefit from having me around for even one more second. Tell your ex to get bent and don't look back. He's gaslighting you. You deserve happiness with someone who would be your equal, not someone dependent on you to be their mommy and pay their bills. You really dodged a bullet, op. Only you two know each other's situation. Was a week enough time? Would a few days have made a difference? I don't know and can't judge. But if you wanted to cut off ties then you sure did. Now move on and don't look back. You did nothing wrong by removing yourself from his bills. Losing the $500 he owes you might be a cheap price for freedom. He may be freaking out to deter you from pursuing the debt. Small claims court might be an option if you are desperate to recover your debt. Divorce lawyers may scare him more if you lived together long enough to be common law and he has assets to split with you. It doesn't sound like this is likely. The email is proof thar he owes you, so you could sue his ass. That email is pretty much him confessing to owing you that money. You can make him pay you with that email. You're not abusive, you're not manipulative, you're not a horrible person. He is the horrible one here. He's just trying to guilt you into turning his power on. So what if he hates you? He's some scumbag piece of shit who you'll probably find living on the streets 3 years from now. Plus you have in writing he said he will not pay you the $500 he owes you. Tell him I gave you a week's notice about the bills. I did nothing wrong here. As for the money you owe me, I give you 30 days to pay me or I will see you in court. How nice of him to admit via text how much he owes you though. Use that when you file in small claims court. Well, if he wrote you an email saying he won't pay back the $500 plus he owes you, I'd be heading straight to small claims court. He admitted he owes you the money. Why should you be paying his bills if you're not living together and he already owes you money? What the hell? He's definitely in the wrong here. You're not emotionally manipulative because you don't want to pay your ex-boyfriend's bills. He chose to end the relationship. He doesn't get to act like you owe him anything. Hell, you gave him a week's notice. That's less than I got from my actual parents when I was taken off of their insurance. You didn't do anything cruel. Ending a relationship just includes ending joint financial commitments. I honestly don't know what he expected. You even gave him a warning. You told him what you were going to do, so what did he expect? He's an idiot for assuming that he could just keep using you to pay his bills. I like the idea of taking the immature, abusive, and manipulative loser to small claims court, too. If you don't live there then don't be on the utilities sure, but I have a feeling there is more to this story.